Up and away. Here we are, ready to roll on a Monday, the something of 22nd of January. 22 days in. Scrambling.
4 days
Getting
from
into her.
Wayne Gretzky's birthday.
It is, eh?
How was your birthday, by the way?
How was your birthday week?
Great birthday weekend. Man, we went all
Did you get what you wanted this weekend?
Oh, had some Utica gas station sushi, had a Bill's sauce.
That sounds like a horrible move.
Almost got in a fight. Yeah, it was awesome.
Wow.
God, there's a lot to get into there. I don't know if we've got time.
We need two shows today.
That'd be a great name for a band. Utica Gas Station Sushi.
Yes.
They might suck, but I like the band name.
Yeah, they might
It'd
suck.
be gritty.
Yeah, it would be. Well, we got a lot to do today. Flames fall on the weekend. We said last week you're playing the Leafs, you're playing the Oilers. 2 measuring stick games, a litmus test of sorts. You got to at least split. You got to split. They did not.
But they have an out.
Not split.
They have an out.
Oh, what's their out?
Goaltender.
Didn't have Markstrom.
Right, yeah. Because Vladar was terrible.
Is that right?
Yeah, he may never start again after that performance.
You allow a goal from behind goal on a triple deflection like that. I just think your time in the league's done.
Yeah.
Focus. Lack of focus.
Ryan, where do you want to start? We can talk Flames weekend. We can talk.
I mean, come on here.
The Bills being Billsy, or it's kind of a giveaway. We've spoiler alert, but we were in Jasper this weekend for the Jasper Pond Hockey Tournament.
Well, and our friends that follow you on social media, Dean, they understand what's going on.
Yeah.
They've been kept abreast of the situation. Despite being mocked by many for the roster built, Flames Nation victorious in Jasper, still undefeated against Oilers Nation, and drinking from the chalice on the weekend. Yes, we win.
I got to get back. I want to be part of the parade.
Oh, man, it was quite a celebration. I've debated whether or not to play that video.
Oh, you have to. It's so good.
Really?
I mean, I just think
all I do is win, no matter what.
The context is just too sensational.
All right. Well, we were in Jasper on the weekend. We opened things up against. It was kind of a amalgamation of Leafs Nation and dailyfaceoff.com. So some corporate folk came out, Seaborn, who does something. We don't really know what it is.
Yeah, he's in sales. Seahorn, yeah.
J. Rose, Seaberg, Seahorn, whatever his name is. Anyway, so he was there, and of course, Jay Rosehill,
Rosie
native. Rosie was there. Nick Alberga, opening the tournament. This is our Friday match under the lights.
Yeah,
the snow coming down, a majestic, like a postcard, a beautiful scene on night 1 in Jasper.
Well, and so here we are, and do you know,
just shush.
Okay.
Live here to Jasper, it is 1-0 for the Flames Nation. The bottom burner took over daily faceoff. 1-0 lead. Frank Seravalli, your thoughts on the first 9 seconds of this game?
Dash one off.
Joined by Ryan Pinder. Ryan, it's 2-1 for Barnburner. Your thoughts here as we're very early in the match.
Got to correct you. We just scored again. Things are good. It's very early.
Very good.
We don't want to count all these chickens, like 4 of them, but very early. Got to hydrate.
What's in that?
Sadly, water. First shift.
All right.
We'll get some whiskey pretty soon.
Good pass. Big Alberga.
What's up? What's up, baby? How are you?
Good,
Oh, it's my time. It's my fucking time.
There we go. Jay Rosehill took a bad tumble earlier tonight.
Feeling it.
Landed right on his keister. How is the keister?
It's feeling fine.
Yeah.
Just warming it up. Yeah. Didn't know Pinder's going to come out that hard. He's desperate.
Yeah. It's
desperate for some accolades.
Harvey try hard. For sure.
Here he goes again. Someone's going to get hurt with this idiot out here. We'll have to talk to the organizers.
Oh Lord! It's gonna really upset everybody who maybe doesn't like Ryan, who doesn't like Pinder, because this guy's a hell of a hockey player. And I'm one of those guys that doesn't like Pinder, so yeah, I'm pissed off. Oh, we're at the half.
17-7.
17-7 for the good guys. For the good guys. 17-7. Ooh, Jack, how's the conditioning, buddy? How's our cardio? How we doing?
Not good at all.
Okay.
game
we
was
can do to
over.
help. You need
I need one
mouth
of
to
those,
mouth it up.
Need a Red Bull, I think.
Need Red Bull. RJ, how we feeling, bud?
Red face, feel like Nick Ritchie.
Yeah. No, you look good out there. You look good.
I mean, that's the important thing, right? I look good. I don't really care about anything else.
Yeah. 10-goal lead, deeper. Worst lead in hockey.
We'll be playing in D now.
Yeah, let's put some D
Yeah.
here. All right.
Too bad.
I'll tell that to Pinder. Okay,
What's up?
you're gonna now just sit on this 10-goal lead, protect.
You don't want to play prevent defense.
Right, I
It's
thought
just
so.
no. We need more.
Okay, balls out it is.
Pinder's blown his load. That's obvious. Came out too hot, too hard.
Seravalli, how's he doing?
Frank is ugly. He's got the brand new jet in it. You can tell that he's in them many times. He's high stepping, smooth crossover, and a powerful left leg.
There it is. That powerful left leg, right there.
Got a little Mississippi leg hound in him.
If she's trying something, I'd get.
Best to just let her finish.
Just let her fit. And Pinder's just torching. How's our cardio?
Good.
Yeah?
I'm not tired.
Okay. So you're not tired, but okay. I'm not sure. It feels like maybe the spirit has been broken a little bit here for Team Daily Faceoff. Now ankle.
Just yours.
Oh no!
Final score 29-15.
29-15.
Mr. fucking Hardo. And then the other guys are just absolute workhorses.
You're so good.
Yeah, he's fast.
And then his hair flies.
It's the most power.
It feels like there's maybe some hurt feelings.
I was discouraged off the bat. I kept
Were you?
trying to recruit Rosehill. They wouldn't let me. The commissioner blocked it. I wanted Rosie. I took a bad spill early on one of the cracks, ruined my confidence for the rest of the evening.
You were shaken. You were shaken. There's no doubt.
I got unnecessarily rattled before puck drop.
So there it was, 29-15 in the lid lifter of the tournament. It was, it's the big, the big primary time slot, the big ice time. Dropping the
Friday
puck,
under the lights.
opening the tournament under the lights. An impressive showing for Team Barnburner. And listen, I put myself, I'll take it back. I put myself right in the crosshairs. I had said, Pinder, you've really mailed it in as far as putting and assembling this roster. We knew what Deeper was, and we knew what Ryan was. But I mean, Tyler Moss, stay at home. He's going to be your stalwart on the back end.
Yep.
But he's never seen RJ play. He's never seen Jack play. Just throwing them in there. This is a lot to ask. Retro, very impressed. You would have been very impressed of RJ and Jackie boy.
Man.
Well, it would have been. I was with you, Boom. I thought there should have been a tryout of some sort, an understanding of what you had to deal with. But clearly, Pinder knew better than the rest. That's back-to-back weekends. Really, he's pulled a rabbit out of the hat.
He has, yeah.
I just
really
one more to go before the end of the month.
Yeah, just one more to go. And they were discouraged. Now, Rosehill was that you didn't take a hippie right into a snowbank from him as you were trying to beat him wide or stick handle through him, that he didn't lower the boom at least once is miraculous.
It was tough because he was good and there was not a lot of help. Alberga was like one of those tiny lap dogs, just all yap, no bite. There was nothing there. I don't know that he scored the whole weekend. It was an embarrassing showcase for a guy that talks about men's league all the time. And Rosie in the second half was just, he's like, okay, I got to do this myself. And then he was leaning in a little, coming to the net. And I'd be coming down the side and like, oh, I just fucking bury you if this was real hockey. He just wanted to kill me. It was perfect.
That he did honest. Pinder's gonna take it because he's like, fucking Pinder. This freaking guy. He's going 110% out here. All right.
We need a big win.
So that was a 1-0 start, and then to kick off day number 2, the match that we'd all been waiting for a year ago, controversy shrouding the Flames Nation versus Oiler Nation matchup. It was a tie. We feel as though we got jobbed a little bit.
Or a lot.
You just had a feeling that this was going to be the marquee matchup of the weekend. So to kick off day 2, Here's
Not soon
Oilers
after we
Nation.
got home, I might add. There was
Yeah,
a tight
yeah.
turn there.
It was a tight turn, probably about 4 o'clock, because I left about 3:30, and I was one of the first to leave, and the soberest to leave. So yeah, not sure what to expect.
3:30.
Yeah, let's take a look at how we got in game 2. We are just underway. Day 2, Oilers Nation, Flames Nation. An early 1-0 lead for the Oiler Honks. Jack is here.
It's not good.
You were a highlight of day 1. What can we expect from you today? Keeping in mind, I did see you at about 3 a.m.
An ugly mess.
Okay.
I gotta get out there, get the first shift underway.
Yeah.
I think we'll be all right. But
all right.
It's gonna be ugly.
Now it's early in this hockey game, but this can't be the start we wanted.
It's all right. It's 2 rip, I believe. But we're short man, and they're starting to change on the fly. And I'm like, what are we doing here? You have to change after goals. And then they think I'm being a whiner. But we have to play 3-on-3. They won't do it.
More traffic, Brett. 4-on-4.
The music has been outstanding. Motley Crue, Rat, Round and Round. Am I playing the music? Am I the DJ?
7-5 at the half for Team Barnburner.
We're doing good.
A bit of
working.
Down 2-0 early.
Wasn't a good start. It's they got bodies, so we got to work. If we work, we're fine. It's gonna be a tough 15 minutes here. 15 miles to go.
So Jack, is this a lead? This is just so we can see what we're. Are you leaning like the table's holding you up right now? Okay, yeah, no, that's good. Here we have in the white helmet, it's the Frank Seravalli in its natural habitat here in the wild.
What a day.
Oh, come on.
I'm not sure what's happening with Jack. He's a mess. There's no question about it. After a solid performance in game 1, he's in rough shape. Well, that's a turnover. Oh dear. It's 12-12 with about 3 to play. I would suggest. Oh, it's in. It's 13-12 for the good guys. Let's go.
It's a big tip right there.
Big tip.
Right at the buzzer.
And there it is. After trailing for much of the first half, they roar back to take a 2-goal lead at the half and then hold on for a 2-goal victory to essentially win. Whose name is on that cup? It's the
This is the Lefty Wilson.
Lattaboy Lefty. The Lefty Wilson Championship Trophy, hoisted by FlamesNation.
There was another game, Dean, and it was rather uneventful. All we had to do was not lose to Team Red Bull, who had not won a game and were the worst team in the division. We somehow tied them with a goal nearly going in at the last moment. The whistle saved us, and that got us through a 2-0-1 to the championship, baby. Jack was absolute trash in that afternoon game.
Yeah,
we
Jack,
were all
you
bad,
wanna...
but he was especially. It was like he was still drunk in the morning game, and then the hangover arrived for the afternoon.
He got
game.
worse.
Much worse. He was quite good in the other side, despite the conditions.
Definitely still drunk for that first game. The second game, we were all bad.
Everyone was standing still. It was brutal. Some guy that couldn't skate was on the other team. This was our worst performance, but we got the tie.
Any comment, Retro?
What a great setting it was.
Are you proud of?
I guess I'm proud of him. I'm a little to say I'm disappointed in Jack would be overstating it. I appreciate that he was out there. I appreciate that he was given her. But it's like we say, these kids these days, they don't ever deal with adversity. They don't know how to battle through. But I guess he did.
What do you mean? I showed up. I scored goals and we won.
Okay.
He was
I
good.
dealt with adversity.
I think it was like the playing guilty part was the afternoon, and he could do that. When he was still
No, I
in the
was
bag
done
for the
by then.
morning game, he was fine.
Why didn't you just tap back into the booze? That's
Some of us did.
helpful.
Well, tell Rhett what Jack was really feeling great Friday night, and he thought
Yes.
he was going to take a run for the title. He was going to be the man. You got to beat the man. He was taking a run at the strap retro.
Yeah, so there's the hockey tournament, but then there was also sort of like, Jack's heard some of the stories. He's watched the show. He wasn't in Phoenix. He got to hear about Phoenix. Our boy RJ flew a little too close to the sun, perhaps, on the Phoenix trip, and Jack wanted his cut. So he said, tonight, Pinder, I'm outlasting you. I'm staying up later than you, which there was no chance in hell that was going to happen. And I said, Jack, no, you're not. And B, we have a game tomorrow. And at 4, he was a puddle in a chair while I was doing a Scottish Highland dance. And I said, it's a tie. I'm walking you home. We need you tomorrow. We're short-staffed.
Jack's got drool on his shirt. He's like, and Pinder's like, hidey, ho, hidey, said, Jack, don't. It's too much too soon, buddy. Too much too soon.
And then,
It's
of
very
course,
noble of you to want to take on the champ, but you got to work your way up.
there was a lot of celebrating with the championship trophy, but Jack and RJ, they petered out Saturday night. They didn't have a chance to do that. They must have taken too much out of him on Friday.
You don't know when you're going to get a chance to celebrate victories like that, Jack. Come on.
I had my fun. I didn't need to be there.
Well, be there with the team and celebrate and
Rub it in with the Oilers honks, all that
sort of thing.
Did you get to make them watch the game even?
Oh yeah. We went. They had one of the big ballrooms or whatever you want to call it. The
banquet
big
hall.
Banquet halls. They had the big screen up. We did a little hot stove type of thing beforehand, and then sat down and watched the game. Had some grub. The Oiler fans love their Oilers.
Do they?
They're a lot right now. 13, I guess 13 in a row is pretty good.
How do you squeeze that banner in with all those old cups from the 80s? Where do you put the 13 in a row regular season? Where does that one fit? A lot of people. I think the Oilers Nation guys are more worried about the actual NHL game than the pond hockey game. I mean, talk about misplaced priorities. They lose by 1. That's just a little bit of focus. They could have been closer.
That is an issue with the Oilers Nation people. They really aren't. They're just fans.
Is that right?
Just honky fans that bleed blue and orange. Like, that's it.
Yeah, well, the thing about it though is you want to be a good winner. You want to be a good sport, right?
What?
Because we're all in the same company.
Right?
It's
there's a lot of legwork, Dean, that's gone in by the Edmonton people to get this thing off the ground. This is year 2 of the tournament. It keeps getting bigger and better, and you want to be appreciative for the work that they put in.
And there's more of them. I mean, we're a pretty small little shop here in Calgary.
Yeah.
If Red was
working out of our homes,
be one more guy, but we're a little short-handed. We're doing the best we can, just trying to be, and I think we're doing pretty well on and off the ice. I think it's a very much a success, but it's about being humble, right? No one likes a bragger.
No
one likes a show off.
Can't do that.
I mean, clearly Jack wasn't showing off. He didn't even show up that night.
No,
Mind you, he wasn't the only one. There was RJ didn't show. Jack didn't show. Rosehill it was a disappearing act.
Really?
He was telling me about the Scott Oak After Hours interview. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
You stayed up and watched and didn't come to the party? Come on, buddy.
So yeah, he was, because he's a fireman. He's like, I had like 2 big shifts before the weekend, and then Friday night I just my controller was out of battery. I was out of juice.
Yeah.
So anyway, but what they had up at the beautiful Jasper Park Lodge, they have they have the little cabins, smaller or little rooms, and then cabins, and then they have a couple of big, beautiful cabins like the great outdoors, like awesome
monster cottages, log cabins, beautiful stuff.
Yeah. So last year the Oilers Nation folks had one. Yep. And then again this year. So I noticed they put us way out, like at the very end this year.
Yeah, they were aware of what was coming in this year, whereas last year they were blindsided. They didn't know what they were getting into. Now we had our own little peninsula away from the lodge. Yeah.
Yeah. So maybe a little bit awkward because Flames Nation won, Oilers Nation lost, and we're all kind of mixing about. So you just want to, hey, let's be good winners, right? We're not sore losers if we lose. We're not going to be over the top, cocky, and let's keep it low key, down low. We'll enjoy it just among ourselves. Very happy with the win, but just be a pro. Like been there before. Let's take a look.
Yeah! Oh yeah! How sweet! How sweet! Yeah, that's right.
Pinder only drank out of the cup for about 6-7 hours straight.
To rub it in. Well, I mean,
he's a champ.
You take your hand off and someone else might take it, Rhett. I let Dean hold it for a while when I went to the Washington.
I had a couple cocktails out of it too. Yeah. If Jack probably he'd have showed up, but I guess that was kind of showy. I'm not sure they appreciated that. I know Alberg is like, are you really gonna drink out? Like, really? Hey, dude.
Once
you got to win it. You got to win it to do it. So I guess you wouldn't know.
You'll feel the elation.
Yeah. Next year. Ryan passes over. Yeah, it's leaking out the bottom.
Just be careful.
It's not done up real tight. So
it's a very slow leak. Don't worry. Just beware. You're not.
So then when there was all the loud music and the brouhaha in the main room, and at one point in the evening, Ryan and I just kind of sauntered out to the other room. Frank was there, and then we were just chatting, basking in the glory of a championship, and then people started to kind of filter out, and then the music went down, and we realized it's basically 4 a.m. and we're the only two left in here. It's not our cabin.
There was a lock when we leave.
I guess it's time to go. So we grabbed our jackets and our cup and headed home for the evening. And that was the last we saw of the Oilers Nations, folks. So
I still had a full trophy. I was like, I have to drink one more of these. The walk home.
It was a lot of barn burner blonde Origin in the old cup that night. Yeah.
Oh, the Origin boys got a lot of promo up in Jasper. I don't know what kind of distribution they've got in Jasper, but we spread the word.
You didn't do a post-game show? Or you did?
We did after the Oilers Flames game. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
We did it from a banquet room there. Many on the stream suggested I was in the bag.
That's what I was
to say.
He's a professional. Even if he was, it wouldn't matter.
Pinder looks drunk. Looks drunk.
You should smell him.
Yeah. Great weekend.
Well, on the hot pools, right? So you get off the pond and it's like, all right, maybe is it a fireside double Caesar, Rhett? Or are we gonna have an old fashioned at the bar? Are we gonna go sit in the what's gonna want to go for a skate around the lake? It's all there for you.
Yeah.
Tourism Jasper, baby.
Woo. There's more stories. Speaking of hot pools, but we'll save that maybe for tomorrow or down the road. We'll pivot here and get to some other things. So, but a big weekend, Retro. You'd be proud of your boys. You'd be proud.
How was the drive up with Frank? Did you pick him up? Were you guys still arguing?
I had forgotten all about that. So, geez, that's quite the argument. On the show
today?
I don't know.
Oh, right.
I don't know. I just knew we had to be out in time to get Drager on at 10:30, and then we had to hit the road. Whatever. I think people would be disappointed to know how little I care sometimes. But man, what a game on Saturday! It's the Battle of Alberta, a 2-game skid for the Calgary Flames. Now they did not get their split.
No,
they got another week of games before the NHL All-Star break. But
1 and 2,
some news surrounding the club. Dylan Dube is stepping away from the team. He released a statement, or the team on his behalf. Dylan Dube has been granted an indefinite leave of absence from the team while he attends to his mental health. Dylan is under the care of health professionals, and we request that Dylan's privacy is respected during this period. We've talked a lot about Dube. It's not been a great year for him, and I would guess and not to say that this is just because of hockey or whatever, but you're in a hockey market and there's so much pressure and focus and all of that. Tough to turn your game around when you're on the fourth line and you don't get a lot of minutes. And quite frankly, you don't you're not deserving of much more minutes. So whatever it is, thinking of Dylan, good. He's a good guy, and hope he's back on the ice soon.
Wish him the best.
So there's that. We saw Klapka. You were very excited last week, Rhett, when Klapka got called up from the American Hockey
He
League.
wasn't, and then he was. Yeah, it was a lot.
Yeah.
He's tall.
He's very tall. Yeah, he's very
Has
tall.
he tried basketball?
Coronado got into the lineup. It was,
The whole game was
That first little storm that the Oilers put on, Disco Dan put on a show, and then it was rather quiet after that.
I'm old man talking, screaming at the clouds again, but that's not a battle of Alberta.
No. And it was funny because the Oilers guys had us on for a hot stove that they live streamed before the game, and they were all very excited as they get. And you think this is going to be a real rough and tumble one? And Dean's like, no. Oh, and he was right. It was a no-hitter pretty much.
Yeah.
Even there was a couple hits and circumstances where there could have been some response even, and it didn't happen. Wasn't.
Yeah.
But it's
no
it's not-
Pospisil either, right? Pospisil was
thing
maybe
you
the one
mentioned.
guy on the Flames side that you would think could get under their skin or start stirring up crap, but no, there was not much of that. And
The fourth line hardly played, and that's kind of a function of when you've got to have people on the ice to play against Draisaitl and McDavid and company, that you might shorten your bench a bit. They did, but those were the types of guys that, AJ Greer and Adam Klapka could run into people, but they didn't play a lot. I think the fourth line got 6 minutes. Like, that's got to be close to a season low for that group.
Takeaways, I guess, from the weekend. Vladar played both, and he was very good in that Oiler game, made some huge saves. The one that, what your game winner is, I don't know how many times you'd have to try and do that again. I still don't really know how it went in. It goes
Flag,
off
tip of glove,
like-
post in. Triple deflection.
Yeah, so
From behind the goal line.
But we did the post game. You didn't sit there thinking, man, Flames deserved a better fate.
No.
They hung in there, right? They weathered that early storm, as you have to do often with the Oilers. They pour it on. You just got to hang on and then hopefully level things out. And they certainly did in the second period. But you don't get the sense that if these two teams got in a 7-game series, it's anybody's, I still know which team I think I would be taking in a 7-game series.
Also, it's just like, did they really make Stuart Skinner work at all?
No.
What were the grade A's they created? I'd suggest very few. And the Oilers quietly have become a really nice defensive environment for goalies.
Which is
Everyone
crazy.
knows about the offense, but they didn't allow bleep all. Bouchard's getting better in his own zone. Ekholm was a huge ad last year that changes everything for them. It's a good hockey team. And the Flames, that's what they are, man. You can hang, you can skate with teams like that, but you just don't win very often. Everything has to go right, and you still might lose by 1.
Maybe you can't just slide into that top 6 anymore, Retro.
Oh, in Edmonton?
There was remember there was some thought that he could.
Yeah, Desharnais or Rhett, who are we going with? Because
Just
he's
get
got
right
long
in.
arms too. That's the one advantage you had on most of those guys.
I've got experience now. That's about it.
Wise old sage veteran presence.
Why sage? Like, isn't that an herb?
It's delicious.
Is it?
Yeah. Especially like
Stuffing. Put it in stuffing.
put it in your stuffing. Oh yeah. In your making your gravy. It's delicious. Delicious. Anyway. Any other takeaways, Retro? Of course, they had a tie game against Toronto going back to whatever it was, Thursday, and then
Well, the
goal
one
disallowed,
takeaway
and-
is you didn't get the points, and now you have to worry about what's this week look like. Like, I think it's stupid to say must win, but if the trend is they think they're going to make the playoffs, these 3 games have to be victories.
Yeah, if you're really gunning for that last wild card spot, these are 3 games that are crucial. And I think if you head into the All-Star break with like 1 or 0 wins here, it would be like, okay, this is clearly sell mode. And not that it can't be if you do have some success, but these are games where if you are going to be the final wild card, it's the games you have to pick up points in. You know you're not as good as Edmonton or Toronto. Yes, you should be as good or better than Columbus and Chicago. And if you want to be better than St. Louis, they're one of those teams in the clump with you trying to get that last wild card.
But the biggest thing for me, I can't believe you guys haven't brought it up, is how pissed off Dustin Wolf is, and that that request that he made.
Did he have a trade request?
Oh, I
Frank
thought
didn't
it
tell
was
us
rumblings. Yeah, like
no.
that was established before the game was even played. The fact that if he didn't play, he was going to flip the F out, and like
I would have loved to have seen him, but yeah, I don't know that there's any of that's there.
well,
And Villar played great. There was no
his agent is freaking out. It's unbelievable the stuff online that I'm seeing.
A miscarriage of justice.
Yeah,
is what it was.
Mhm.
A miscarriage of justice. That all kind of just came and went, eh? The whole he has to start, and how
I never really thought the has to made sense, but I did think it would be a nice call. Like it would be like a reward for the kid, but whatever. I get it. They're trying to make the playoffs. They're not in the
and Vladar answered. He played.
He did. He played great.
Awesome.
It was a non-issue. Goaltending was a non-issue. Even the Toronto game, it's like they're zipping it around on all the Toronto goals, and there's huge mistakes. Oh, give Austin Matthews the puck in the slot and then let him walk through a third pair. Yeah, maybe not on Dan. And then he was awesome after that. And then you really like him against Edmonton. We talked about it on Afterburner, like a couple more of Vladar appearances like this, and maybe you are able to turn him into an asset.
I was surprised they said on the broadcast that was the second time in his career where he'd started 3 games in a row or something.
Yeah. I mean, Markey plays a lot, especially under Daryl. That's not surprising at all, right? Even when Vladar was good, it's like, which guy's Daryl going to pick again? Oh, he's picking Markstrom again.
But you had said last week, Retro, and if you don't get a split, then those games, that winning streak that you were on, kind of, you just gave 2 of those back all of a sudden. So
if you finish 4-2 here, Rhett, though, like let's be honest, like it's a 6-game homestand, you're 1-2. Halfway.
It's still good hockey. It's just you're behind the 8 ball. You got to make up ground, and you want to find out if you can beat good teams.
Yeah,
and you didn't.
We'll be able to pretty soon kind of do here's how many games are left.
Yeah.
What kind of hockey is it? 600, 580, 620? Like how good are you going to have to be with a projected cut line? And the losses are gonna sting.
You talked about this week being sort of lesser competition, like maybe the Blues are a playoff team, not for Columbus, not for Chicago, but they got a 10-day break after that, and then you're going to see some teams. You're at Boston, you're at Jersey, you're on Long Island, where Pat Roy got his first win as head coach on the weekend. At the Rangers, you play Boston again, you get Edmonton again, you get Winnipeg, you get Los Angeles. Like the soft underbelly of Jan quickly turns into a bit of a run in Feb against some good teams.
Is there another gauntlet?
Could be.
I
mean, I don't know how to feel about the Islanders and Devils, but
I do. They're not a tap-in. That's
totally not a tap-in, and
right?
probably
and they're gonna
both could be playoff teams,
and they're going to be desperate for wins because of what their expectations are. So
yeah, I think the Islanders will be much better under Patrick Waugh. They were defensively one of the leakiest teams in the league under Lane Lambert, who was their star coach in waiting there for a while. It just never looked like the Islanders. They always could lock it down defensively in front of Sorokin, and this year they were awful defensively.
You know what that is? That's our opening statements for McLeod Law. The weekend that was, the week that awaits. McLeod Law. Our buddy Shane King, partner in the Litigation and Dispute Resolution Group. That sounds like big. That's big words. You know what he is? He's a guy that comes in and gets stuff done.
He's the Wolf. Remember from Pulp Fiction?
That's right.
You got a problem? Right. Call the Wolf. Oh,
you got Shane coming in? Shane's well, you should have told me because I would have. Well, that's great. Specializing in areas like employee rights, being laid off or terminated can be hard. Shane can review your situation, make sure you've been treated fairly, and as the law requires, using a practical approach, plain language, no legal jargon. Just one of many of the very best. He was one of the best lawyers 2024, the upcoming Best Lawyer magazine. But he's truly one of the best, an award-winning lawyer. One of many, just kind of walking the halls at McLeod Law. Calgary-based.
Fellas were very aware of the Jasper Weekend. They might be a little interested in next year's squad.
Is that right?
A couple hockey players on the firm, I'm told, too. So there you go. Look out.
Very good. There you go. McLeod-law.com is the website. I want to get to the Pinder Report.
Let's do it.
I want to get to the Pinder Report because you had mentioned there's a few things in there that we talked about. Obviously, Dylan Dube, the week ahead, Pat Roy, whoever this character is.
That's right.
Lots to get into, and the Worm, I'm guessing, makes an appearance.
Worm's in there.
Yeah, there it is. It is the Pinder Report brought to you by Village Honda, the 2024 Honda Accord, redesigned last year, chosen by Car and Driver Magazine as the #1 mid-sized sedan. One of the most reliable vehicles on the road, is better than ever. Superior ride quality, reliability, and impressive fuel economy thanks to the EXL Hybrid. Check it out at Village Honda in the Northwest Auto Mall, your dealership for life. Village Honda presents the Pinder Report.
We start with Saturday night, fellas. After a huge Flames Nation victory over Oilers Nation, the nightcap was an NHL game, the Battle of Alberta, where the Oilers were 1 goal better, or empty netter better. And here we are. This is us from the banquet room, very sober on a very, very busy workday.
We had talked on the other show with Rad about these 2 games. You need a split against the Leafs and the Oilers. Well, you didn't get it, but you had tied the game at 4 against the Leafs with about 10 minutes to play, and it got blown off and you couldn't get back in. And here, if it's not for a fluke goal, you're tied with the Oilers in the 3rd period. It's 0 points. Did the Flames show you anything against 2 that we were using as a measuring stick?
They showed us what they've shown us since December when they played the Vegases and Colorados and Dallases of the world, that they can hang. They just can't be counted on to have 1 more goal than those teams at the end of the night. They're good to compete with them, but they're generally going to be 1 goal shy.
Yeah.
Or you get into overtime, or maybe everything goes right and your goalie's sensational and you win. But it's very, very mucky middles land. It's bubble out. It's 8-12 in the West. It's what they've been far too often in the last 20 years, sadly. Yeah. 8-12 in the West. That seems familiar, right?
Yeah, and you're right. I think they're if you're playing those top teams, they're winning 3 out of 10.
Yeah, and you might get a lot of 1-goal games, and your guys show well. But I mean, Jesus, a bloody 3rd liner is leading them in scoring and having a great year in Blake Coleman. And Igor Sharangovich, who was a healthy scratch last year, is turned into a nice story. But like, they don't have a star forward, guys. They don't have a star. Never mind a superstar. Never mind 2 superstars, like the 2 teams they just played. Right?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. There's the wild card. Let's take a peek. Flames, crowded there. Crowded. Look at Minnesota, suddenly 2 points back with a game in hand, or excuse me, games even. St. Louis, 2 games in hand, 1 point back. They're tied with Seattle. They're behind Arizona, who holds 2 games in hand. And Nashville, 4 up with games played even. That's a busy clump. Those are the 6 teams. Nashville, Arizona, Calgary, Seattle, St. Louis, and Minnesota. 1 will be invited to the dance. I still think LA gets their ass together. They got a lot of games in hand, as you'll see. But it's been a rough go for the Kings of late. We'll move. Schedule looks like this. As we told you, it's a 3-gamer to get to the All-Star break. It's a 10-day break because it's All-Star plus the CBA thing. And they'll be back Feb 6 in Boston as they start an Eastern swing. Rhett's ready to jump on some Eastern time zone start afterburners. He's been itching. So
I could do this. You know what? Who's doing the St. Louis game?
Boom and I are going to be at the Grey Eagle tomorrow night.
Unless you wanted to go to the Grey Eagle.
I do want to go to the Grey Eagle. It's just going to be tough for me to get there.
There may be an opening on Thursday. I know Cammie's good to go Thursday, and Saturday will be Cammie and Kent Wilson. So that's our afterburner schedule for the coming week. You mentioned Dylan Dube. He is away from the club indefinitely. More on flamesnation.ca from Ryan Pike. We encourage you to head over there and read that. Also of note today, check this out. On the flip side of someone leaving the team to deal with mental health, we saw Oliver Shillington returning to the club. He's on the ice today, fellas, practicing with the Flames. That's a huge step forward for Shillington. Another step closer to returning to NHL hockey. A great sign to see. This is less good to see. The Oilers adding a guy that's won a lot and also has had some issues with the team he was just on that didn't want him anymore. They collect those apparently in Edmonton. Corey Perry signed a 1-year deal at League Min. There are bonuses up to about a third of $1,000,000 he can gain in bonuses for games played, for how long they go in the playoffs, for what percentage of games he plays in the playoffs. It's not a lot of money. And it's a guy that's been there before. It's another vet the Oilers add to their forward group.
Dino's pumped to have Perry in Oilerland.
How many more years? How many years is it going to take
All the guys in that draft
God
class. He's going to be
almighty.
last man standing. That guy.
Okay, he's in Montreal. Okay, well, at least we're done with him.
Tampa.
Dallas, eh? Okay, well, Dallas. All right. Tampa Bay. All right, this has got to be it. Chicago. Mother bleeper. Okay, well, now he's really really screwed himself. This is now he's an Oiler. Next thing, leaves Edmonton, comes right to my house and kicks my dog down a flight of stairs. That's all that's left.
What a grease.
That's all that's left for this.
That's all there is. Let's look at the slate tonight. It is a Monday in the NHL and in all other sports leagues, I've been told. A couple good ones here. There's a tasty tater at 5. Boston hosting the Jets. 2 good teams there. 2 preseason cup favorites also squaring off in Jersey as Vegas is out east. Florida, Nashville. 2 teams in playoff spots there. And the rest is Dees. And Canucks have been on a heater. Hey, they're just still rolling, and they get Chicago tonight at home. Check Betway for minus 2.5 on that one. Football. We have our conference finals set. Let's just go to the AFC Saturday game, right? We don't need to do anything. Maybe a little bit later, but the Ravens won. They beat who did they beat? The Houstons. The Houstons were very good in the wild card weekend. They were no match for the he's done. See you later, Rhett. I'm sorry about that. He's the Ravens couldn't get good second half. They blow out Houston. And here are the Ravens coaches who I think were a little fired up. Look at Harbaugh. There's some fire in those eyes, boys. All right, coaches, what do you got? Show the players what you got. Big stomps. What a boy, Harbaugh.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Let's go. Have some fun, fellas.
Let's get the oldest, whitest guys in the locker room to come to the middle of the room and dance.
Because Dino, if they can dance, everyone can dance.
They are
fired up. I love it.
That's their Harbaugh's been dancing 2 or 3 weeks in a row now when they win. So
yeah, and the Ravens and Niners both getting those bye weeks as everyone else played on wildcard weekends, both win and move on. They are each in the conference finals. On the NFC side, San Francisco's gonna play who? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. But first, the AFC side. Do you know there's a Bills bar in Calgary, right? There's a few, but there's like one very close to here. They were getting fired up, getting ready for the Bills and Chiefs this Sunday afternoon/evening affair. Here we go. That's in Calgary, Red. They're doing tables. Zubaz pants.
Those backers, they're everywhere.
You can feel pain here in Calgary. You don't have to go to Western New York.
Or you could.
You could. In fact, you know who did go is Taylor Swift and some boozed up hooligan. Let's have a look. There's Jason Kelsey.
Have you
retired.
been drinking, Jason? It was great as he spent basically the whole game, even when he was sitting in the suite, still with his shirt off. I mean, like, okay, well, I'm going to sit down and just watch the game now. Do you want to throw your tarp back on?
No,
I'm good. No,
it's absolutely not.
It's all good.
And immediately shirts are available on the internet because that's how the world works these days. Oh, good. All right, we've got a fan here. Something about a fan. What a fan? Oh, yeah, because here's the thing. They missed a kick at the end. I couldn't figure out how a ball moves that way, but look at this. We got a video that explains it all.
We're trying. We're trying.
It was the fan that did it, guys. The fan.
That never works.
I mean,
One needs
it
to work
did
once.
there. I can't explain it. Is that AI, Rhett? What is that?
No, it's the Bills.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. And this hurts too. Allen's been very good against the Chiefs in certain situations. 3-1 in the regular season against Mahomes. Now 0-3 in the postseason. That heartbreaker, the classic from 2 years ago where they never touched the ball in overtime. And then they didn't really unleash him a ton, but he was quite effective. Did not turn over the ball yesterday. And the drops killed him, Rhett. They had a lot of big plays. Diggs through his arms for a 65-yarder. Oh, and now things get harder. He's been making some money. Next year, his salary jumps by about $30 million. So that's $30 million less you can spend on the pieces around Josh Allen.
My good heavens. I mean,
I want to
it's
get
just-
upset about it, but I can't even do it. We're all just resigned to, yeah, that's what we have.
It's Billsy. You said it. I was waiting for you to say it, and you said it. It's Billsy. It was a
Well,
game
and you
they
were
could have
there,
won.
right? You were in attendance, and like the other part of it is, even if they hit that kick to tie it,
It's still Mahomes.
you
with
still
the ball.
feel like Mahomes, and they're going
they
to at
had
least get a field goal.
Yeah, they had plenty of time to charge down the field, and the defense they were beat up, and it's not excuses, but there's no effing way they're stopping Mahomes with a minute left.
And they even got that gift from, what was it, Mecole Hardman, where he fumbles into the end zone as a touchback.
Yeah.
Like, that was a monster swing that kept them alive, and they couldn't take advantage.
I was right hammered. So why did they try the fake punt?
Yeah, well, that one was a little unusual. Jack, you were all over this one. What did you see on the? Was it Hamlin that got
It was DeMar Hamlin. Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like 4th and 4 from their own 30. And they just direct snap to Hamlin.
When those work, coaches look so bleeping smart, but when they don't, it's like, what kind of an idiot decision is that? And I don't know. Some people will say, look, when you got Brady and the Patriots, you got Mahomes and the Chiefs, you've got to find a way to steal more points. But when it doesn't work, you're just giving a great team incredible field position.
Everything's all about science and math and statistics and averages and this and that. It's like, what was the frickin'
that one doesn't
like
pass.
if you were going to go
the-
for it, give the ball to Allen and let him go for it. I don't care, but
yeah,
that was brutal.
The probability, the likelihood of that working was probably low.
And
And,
then-
like you mentioned, they had a third quarter lead, right? And then you get in a way, you get that gift from Mecole Hardman where it goes through, and you didn't do anything there. A fake punt, you miss a field goal.
Yeah. And then they went for it on a 4th where they caught, I believe, the Chiefs with 10 men on the field, not 11. You're like, quick, snap it. We got a numbers advantage, but then they get stuffed. You're like, oh, this is going to be a tough
So what do
one.
they need, Retro? Because like watching that game and just watching all season, I guess. But it's like Allen, people crap on Allen. They're going to obviously go at the kicker right now, but there's not a lot of weapons in that receiving
Diggs had a
core.
bad
I mean,
second
it's
half.
Diggs.
Yeah, well, but you got
Gabe the Babe has not been very good.
He's hurt.
That Shakir has been
They're
the
not-
last
they're
month
not.
or so, I guess, has been better. But
Their offense, but the McDermott's a D guy, right? Like that's so losing a couple of the guys that are hurt. But the problem is, it's the NFL. How many teams are fresh and healthy throughout the season, right?
Nobody.
Guys get hurt. Now there's some key guys, Milano and Bernard, but I just don't think they're there. And I don't know if it's because the coach doesn't know how to get them over the top, or they just don't have quite enough talent, or it's just circumstances and it's tough to win. And we just needed a field goal. I don't know.
You know what I think about? They're at 5-5 at one point in the season, right? And they dropped some games to some bad teams. If you played Houston this weekend at home, it's not Pat Mahomes. It's a rookie. And the path they had to go on was one where there was no room for error. What did they have to do? Basically win out to make the playoffs. And then you're asking them to stack
won
another
6
4
or 7
wins to win a
games in a
Super
row.
Bowl.
Yeah,
Like they put themselves in a spot where there was no room for error. And you can't say they aren't good enough because they were right there. They missed some plays. And you can't expect them to be perfect for 2.5 months, right?
No, and good enough means you make the plays, but you're right. They were going to have to win out from
like
December on.
Yeah.
From
it's kinda,
December.
it's kind of like the conversation in Dallas. It's okay. So you're going to keep the coach and you're keeping the quarterback and you're going to run it back and expect different results, which is not to say you fire the coach or you make a bunch of changes, but it's hard to think that there would be much in the way of drastic change as far as results are concerned, because it's going to be the same group coming back.
They might
you're not getting rid of Allen, right? And I don't know what you do with Diggs, but it was not a sensational year for him. He's
second half, especially with the offensive coordinator change, right? Right? They start running the ball a ton.
And I from where I sit, it's easy to comment, but remember he was bitching and moaning and hinting that he wanted to leave and this and that.
His brother was tweeting stuff.
Yeah, didn't get the ball last year.
For like 2 years.
Yes, and it might
been going on for a while.
That's what I'm getting at. Is that it's very possible that guy's wore out his welcome. I don't know.
And he drops the 65-yarder. That was a play that they could now win the game if he makes it. And that was like right there. It was like that was your legacy in Buffalo. You make that play, maybe you go to the Super Bowl and it's a happy ending. But now it's like he missed it. He already seems a little bit like a malcontent there. Maybe it's come to an end. I got a jersey for you. It's funny.
Wait. The guy sitting in front of me, big, massive man, wouldn't sit down. Had a Chiefs jacket on, blocking my view the whole game.
That's
painful. Kid played for the Chiefs.
No way.
Really?
Number 73. I don't know who the hell he was.
And he's looking for you now after you punched his dad in the mouth.
No, we got along marvelously.
Did you?
Yep. After
hug it out?
After I spilled the drink on him and tried to make it up.
Now, if you wanted to go to Buffalo and not wear the enemy colors, but still have a little dig at Bills fans, I got something for you here. Right? Because you could wear a Bills jersey, but is it really?
Oh, I love that one. I love that one. You can put Bass there too.
No, you can't put Bass there. You can put below.
Yeah.
Is there Steve Christie in there? Or did he
There's no reason for anyone in the planet to poke fun at to pick on the Bills. Just be nice.
There's no reason.
No.
Well, the Bills have they're in enough pain.
Beat up all the time. You don't need to poke fun. Let them suffer. They have to suffer on their own. You don't need to add to it.
They're already down. Don't kick them while they're down.
Yeah, have a little sympathy for the Buffalonians.
That's right. Let's look at the championship weekend setup. We've got AFC, NFC, the 2-week break, and then the Super Bowl. There's 3 games left, fellas. I got bad news. That's it. 3 games. Kansas City, Baltimore. That should be a doozy. That is a 1:00 Mountain game Sunday. And then at 4:30, Lions. Boy, they've fired up in Michigan. They travel to San Francisco to take on the Niners, who are sounds like a coin toss regarding Deebo Samuel's availability for that contest. That's a huge piece of that San Francisco offense, although there are many nice pieces in that offense. Here are your opening lines. Baltimore favored by 3.5 on Betway, and it's a touchdown for San Francisco. They are favored by over Detroit. Any thoughts on championship round?
I thought the Packers were going to get the Niners, actually.
It was close. They had the ball late. An interception from Jordan Love on first down with a bit of time, but not a lot of time left.
I'm going to go with the home teams on this weekend.
Well, we'll have our picks later in the week. We'll see if those lines move. Wow. 7 feels like a lot for San Fran, especially if we get some more news on Deebo that isn't good.
7 feels like a lot to me too.
We'll see how the week goes.
I don't look at the numbers.
I know we know that. Yeah. Remember when we showed you the Dicker the Kicker, let's get to the Pro Bowl campaign? He had that law firm ad.
Yep.
You tired of missed field goals? Call me. This guy's an absolute beauty, we thought. We were right. He was at the Ducks game last night. He's on the Jumbotron, rips off Ducks jersey, no tarp, slams a beer, and then picks up the jersey. That's my kind of kicker. You can play for
taking our shirts off and hammering booze, eh?
There's a lot of tarps.
Peyton Manning would be all over him.
Yeah,
drunk kicker.
Drunk idiot kicker.
You know what? If you're going to be a drunk idiot kicker, do it on a team that doesn't need wins.
Was that Mike Vanderjack?
Oh, yeah, it was Mike Vanderjack.
Drunk
idiot kicker. Cool. Almost baseball season. I know chatting with our boy Mike Soroka, guys are starting to head south pretty quick here. Pitchers and catchers will be reporting soon, and that means youngsters everywhere. The dream and hopes of a new season is upon us. So we see dads and kids getting ready for baseball season. I love to see it.
Oh.
Well, that's
I mean,
sorry about your glasses, Dad.
He deserves every bit of that
surgery.
And what's great is you hear the ping. So it's not a plastic or a wiffle bat. It's a that's good. Yeah,
that's the real deal. Yeah,
idiot.
that's not a softball. That's
dumb,
a hard
drunk
ball.
idiot pitcher.
Thinking about the mullet, and you were saying, look, we got this event in Jasper. We got to keep it for. Okay, yeah. You're going to Toronto at the end of the month for an event. Well, we got to keep it for that. Like St. Patrick's Day, you got to keep it for that. I don't know about St. Patrick's Day. But you know what? I do have to keep it till now. July 4th. American Day.
America. Fuck yeah. Coming together to save the motherfucking day. Yeah, America.
So now I have to keep it till July 4th, Steve.
Or
July 1st.
Canada flag on one side, and then
if you think it fits the mullet better, we'll do a Canada Day mullet.
Yeah.
I don't know who's got the skills, but there's some people in town. We'll do some efforting.
Email. Let us know.
Wait. I can't wait.
Very good.
Yeah.
Finally, it's easy to talk about your favorite sport, but what about what if you're not a jock? What if you're just a normal guy? What are the best sports to be playing? Well, an Australian got to the bottom of that in very Australian fashion, and we usually do close the Pinder Report with some Australian content, whether that's kangaroos, Aussie Brad. Just don't know how we get there, but it's always an Aussie ending.
The top 5 sports professions. Coming in at number 5 is the darts player. You can be a fat cunt, you train at the pub, and you travel the world. Number 4 is the surfer. You travel the world, you can party lots, the girls love you, but unfortunately you can't be a fat cunt and you could be eaten by a shark. Number 3 is a baseballer. You can be a fat cunt, you get lots of money, you can party, but the downside is you're stuck in America all the season. Number 2 is a 2020 cricketer. You can be a fat cunt, you travel the world, and you've always got a teammate who's keen for a beer. Number 1 is a golfer. You get unbelievable money, you travel the world, you can be a fat cunt, you can bang lots of girls, and you can play until you die. The only downside is you have to get up early.
So there it is, guys. That is the completely ironclad, not to be debated top 5 sports professions.
The reasoning is so sound.
The logic
the logic is, how can you argue with it?
I'm not going to. And that's it for the Pinder Report.
There you have it. Village Honda. You know what? The numbers have changed a little bit here, I notice. Huge selection of used vehicles, over 90 units on
there we are.
Access to over 500 more in the dealership group. Wow. Make Village Honda your one-stop automotive destination in Calgary. They're worth the trip. Village Honda, located in Northwest Auto Mall. You just get so excited when you're combing the internet or social media and you hear a C-bomb. Just, oh.
Was there a C-bomb there? I didn't notice that.
Screen grab. Jack, we got to get this clip. Yeah, there was a few. 5, I believe, in fact.
Daryl had a good quote in the comments here. He's made a good point here. I mean, who's to argue anyway? I mean,
right.
Okay, don't put it up.
Yeah, no,
say it, but we won't type it. What's going on here?
I don't know. It's Monday, so that means another opportunity for you to get in it and get after it. Maybe do a little bit of winning with Wendy's. Yep. GAA, PPG. Yep. Can make or break your week, but don't overlook the BPMM. The Bacon Portobello Mushroom Melt. Sure, it may not help you win weekly prizes with Wendy's and the Daily Face-Off Fantasy, the Survivor Pool, but it doesn't disappoint. It doesn't leave you sitting there afterwards thinking, man, I've been let down. Can't believe that I thought I could trust that burger to take care of me. Not the BPMM. Try your luck. It's only around for a limited time, and if you miss it, you won't get a second chance. Sign up for the Daily Face-Off Survivor Pool today, sponsored by Wendy's and the Wendy's app. Bacon Portobello Mushroom Melt.
Didn't disappoint you. I know that. You were singing praises all weekend.
Oh, it's so good.
Still.
I should have went for that instead of the Utica gas station sushi.
The
Yeah,
gas
that's not
station
a move.
sushi, yeah. Which is weird because usually you can really count on gas station sushi to
Especially
hit
in
the spot.
apocalyptic wastelands like Utica.
Yeah. So yeah, go to dailyfaceoff.com. You'll find the Wendy's Survivor pool right in the top corner. You register, you get in, and then it gives you a list of potential outcomes. You pick one. If it hits, you're alive for day 2. You hit on day 2, you're alive for day 3, and you keep going, and you could win actual food from Wendy's.
Hell yeah.
So get on that Wendy's app and get after it. Imagine how good a free bacon portobello mushroom melt would be.
Oh,
I mean, I don't mind paying full freight, but if you got one for free,
I'm in.
I'd probably go with 2 then, because
you should have heard RJ when we were in Phoenix on our trip. We were just, I don't know how it came up, but we were talking about Wendy's. He's like, oh, so how do I get some free Baconators?
No, they're partners of ours. How do I get some free Baconators?
Is that part of the deal?
Possible?
It's been a dream of mine, like someday to just get like free Baconators. No, they're not. It's not like they come to the studio and pay us in Baconators, RJ.
And listen, RJ, if they're handing out free Baconator cards, the 2 bastards on either side of me are not sharing with you.
He's gonna have to get there 3 of us because Jack's nodding at that too.
Yeah, like
I just thought, I get there and I heard Wendy's was coming on as a sponsor. I got so excited. I just thought it's going to be free Baconators everywhere. How do you think the world works, RJ? I said, what?
He's a beautiful young boy, but very naive. Yeah.
The Baconator Express backs in at Marta Loop, just starts dumping Baconators out the back end. Dummy. Now, did I hear somebody here has an I dig it?
I got an I dig it for you. We found it on the weekend, and Jack's like, we got an I dig it. I'm like, what? He's like, you sent me this on Friday. I'm like, do you know how many of the weak brain cells we culled this weekend? Like, I don't remember what I sent you, but the Rapid City Rush of the ECHL have a very special jersey night coming. Some of these things are lame. Some of them are trying too hard, and some of them are magic.
Okay, well, I Dig It is a presentation of Finning Canada, your local dealer for cat equipment, built to handle work in Western Canada. For heavy equipment for the job site, visit the Cat Rental Store. Chat with knowledgeable staff. Get what you need. You buy parts. You rent tools. You power solutions. Visit finning.com for a location near you. Finning Cat, of course, Cat Equipment, a proud partner of the NHL. Little I dig it. Let's take a look-see.
So I know there's lots of different jerseys, but look at these beaut. Oh my God, it's wall-to-wall denim ret. They got Gene Zitos on. This is Denim Dan here. Look at this. Wow. Denim.
That's kind of like a
hair to match too. Well done.
Oldie time saloon stagecoach kind of numbers there.
Oh yeah.
Feels old, kind of Western feel to it.
This is again Rapid City in the ECHL, and I always knew it was a big game when I was a kid. And my old man would go to the Flames game, and he'd double down with the jeans and the denim collared shirt, usually with some corporate logo on it or something, and then the python belly skin boots and matching belt. That's when you knew it was probably like Battle of Alberta, a big one. That was a big game outfit. These guys, they're ready to play. Look good, play good.
Maybe it was Western night. I saw a video on the weekend. A guy got into a fight, and I don't know if it was the A or the ECHL or what league it was, but the guy is fighting, and he's got some SpongeBob SquarePants jersey on.
Yes, it was a Western League game. It was the Western League. Someone had SpongeBob on. I'm like, oh my God.
Can I be taken serious as a tough guy with SpongeBob on my chest?
Who's the pink character? That's who it was on the jersey. It was pretty.
Yeah, funny. It was. What's his buddy there?
Squidwater.
Patrick.
The other one. Patrick. Thank you.
There you go. That's I Dig It for Finning Canada. Again, finning.com for a location near you. Skid steer.
Two of them.
I might just rent one and drive around.
Two bagger.
How do you get the shoveler when she's so down and out?
Is she down and out?
Oh God, she was right hammered, like wound up at the game.
Yeah. And there was a lead late too. It's not like this was.
I keep forgetting, like you're a big Bills guy. She would be a bigger fan than you, right?
Huge.
Like she's living and dying way more than you.
Massive.
Oh, that's tough.
Yep.
Well, what does she like? What kind of things does she like, Rhett?
I don't know. I haven't talked to her in years, so
Haven't bought her anything? Haven't don't even talk to her. It's hard to know. Hard to know.
it's a tough go at the house, though, fellas. It's a tough go. There's hangovers. There's depression. It's no good.
Yeah, down and out.
Yeah. Let's do our Betway football bets from the weekend on Friday. We went all we went all
No,
four.
we didn't do any. I don't even remember. All I remember was yelling at Frank. I don't think I did more.
We did all four going back to last Friday.
See.
Oh, for Christ's sake. Well, I had Baltimore.
Yeah.
-9.5, and that was tied at 10 at the half.
I was really happy with my Houston selection at the half. I thought they were coming. They were not coming.
Green Bay at San Fran. Give credit to the Pack. They kept it close. KC wins outright. I had the Bills kind of for my buddy, but and then so what was the score in the Tampa Bay Detroit game?
That was close, but they pulled away. It was a big one. They won by 17 at the end or something like that.
Well, crap. 1-3. I really thought I had done better. I knew I had Baltimore. I thought that
it was 8. Excuse me. Was it 31-23? I know they were up more.
Yeah, it's an 8-point game.
8-point game.
Yes,
and they threw a pick late, so could have gone, but didn't.
Well, I'll survive somehow. Just over 500 now for the annual record.
I went all underdogs, all points, and that was good for 500, which is not great, but for me, actually, is kind of great, which is how bad my NFL picks have been going.
I would take 500.
We're also in another straight up pick 'em with some old pals. The three of you, we're sending our picks in. There is money for last place, and I am in dead last.
Wow.
Really got, and he's like, "Oh, you're gonna try to pick the losers now." I'm like, I got to stick with the process. I'm trying to pick winners, and that's how I got here. I can't stop with that.
Because it is almost as hard as picking winners to be that bad, to be so bad that you're last.
Yep.
Yeah,
it's true.
Good
Okay,
for you.
let's move. Thank you. Yeah, 500. Wow. All right.
Heart. The heart gets in the way.
Because you love Houston.
Well, no, I wanted the Bills to play at home. If Houston beats Baltimore.
Totally.
So will you have any bias left? Because the Bills are out, the Cowboys are out, the Dak attack's done.
Probably just some hate for Mahomes, and Lamar used to be his quarterback at fantasy. That's going to be a complex one.
But you hate Lamar.
I don't like the Ravens, to be honest.
Huh.
It's been up and down with Lamar and Rhett. Some good times and some bad times.
Well, I'm looking forward to this week's pick. We have an identical record there, Etro, I think.
Yeah. But I missed the whole week. Just remember that.
How is that possible when we're both 30 and 28?
Well, because we gave him over because he didn't get his picks in.
Yeah.
He was being a Richard. He deserved it.
He did deserve it.
Yeah,
all right,
right.
Jack, let's walk us through it here, buddy.
Oh,
Jack. Kids are in the hospital and you guys are wanting football picks.
Yeah.
It's not you. It's the company you keep, Brett.
Where's Jack?
Right here. I copied Boomer. My picks were also shitty.
It's two bad moves.
Neither one leads to success.
Don't make shitty picks and don't copy Boomer. Those are the two life lessons here, folks.
Listen, Jack, just look at you see him in the picture there where he's at. Like, so you copied that man? That's your vision of success?
You got 3 games left. You still finish above 500. That's got to be your focus here.
Get your BLB t-shirts. Be like Boomer.
Bold.
Very bold. That's not a very awe-inspiring week of Betway bets.
Dog's breakfast, Dean.
It's a tough couple of weeks. We had a
We're
nice
500.
run to close the regular season, and then wild card weekend, divisional weekend, tough on us. Oh.
So it's 49ers by a touchdown.
49ers by 7, favored over Detroit, who've got all the vibes right now. My God, is everyone loving on the Lions right now. And then it is a 3.5, did we say? There it is, 3.5 for Baltimore, favored at home over Kansas City.
Baltimore's been really good.
Yeah, the bye, they didn't need that. They were already good.
But boy, Kansas City finds a way, don't they? Right?
Are you going to bet against Mahomes this time of year? That really is what it comes down to here for me.
I'll say
And,
this. This is
figure it out on Friday.
Sorry, but like Mahomes has already got one of those auras about him. But if he can lead this Chiefs team to a Super Bowl and maybe another win, like I think
It'd be incredible,
right?
Yeah, it would be. You're all of a sudden now comparing him to Montana Young, and you're going to be like, "Ooh, could he chase down Brady?" Like it's that kind of class he's in if he could do it.
Are they that much less impressive personnel-wise than in recent years?
Not overall, but on offense, absolutely they are. Because it's the oldest version of Travis Kelce you've had. He's not over 1,000 yards for the first time in 8 years.
But Pacheco is a hell of a back. And Rashee Rice, like I said, I think last week, this is a young guy. Maybe he's going to be a receiver you're going to be talking about for the next 5 years. I don't know. They've got
their second best receiver is usually a pretty good player when you look back. It's not right now. Rice has been excellent. After that, it's just a bunch of guys. Like there's no Tyreek Hill there anymore. Remember when they had Hunt and Hill? It was just like, woo. But they're different. They're built different. The defense is really good this year. They've won championships with shitty defenses.
Well, I'm excited for it.
We good? 3 games left. Sorry about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. And as you mentioned, you've got that bye week in there for so the guys can get rested and ready, I guess.
Hype.
Is it? Yeah, I mean,
that's what it is.
The one nice thing for the folks in Buffalo, because you would have been amazed at how many people had flights booked to Vegas. There were rooms, tickets were being looked at.
Oh, for Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah. And they were the cheapest, I think, out there was about $10K. So this was big for folks in Buffalo. Like this is
cheapest.
Oh.
Okay.
Now, would you have gone?
No.
If the Bills were in the Super Bowl,
I can't afford those things.
So go to Vegas. Don't need to go to the game. Go to a sports bar. Go to a sports book. Go anywhere.
You could sell that new truck with 9 kilometers on it, sitting in your Calgary garage, and buy some tickets.
What the hell sense does that make? Then I got to buy another one.
You could with all the winnings, because you would put money on the Bills in the Super Bowl, and then when they win, it's costing. See, it's too bad, Rhett. Sorry about all that. Really sorry about all that. There's your Betway bets. Betway app. Get the Betway app. Get it on your phone. Play along. It's Super Bowl. You're getting ready for those prop bets. Everybody has fun with that. Hey, you print off the little sheet. And it's like, who do you think's going to be wearing gold? Is he going to be wearing gold shoes?
What color's the Gatorade?
Big
How long's the anthem?
Yeah. Is the anthem
Usher have
singer
a wardrobe fail?
fat or skinny? Whatever. Yeah. All of it's there at Betway. Get the Betway app. We had the Betway boys. They were out. Actually, one of the Betway boys was one of the ones that took a tumble in that first game.
Oh, no.
Yeah. He said, yeah, my elbow's really going to hurt in the morning.
It's probably got those little bone spurry things.
Pus ball in your elbow.
Yeah. He thought it was maybe more on the inside where you get that nice bruise on your, like a fish belly. It's all nice and white there. Whack it. But they were loving it.
They had a tough go that team, but I think we had one of the Betway folks was from Germany, the other from England, and the third from Quebec. So getting to Jasper was pretty cool.
Yeah, the one fella, it was Saturday night. We both walked into the cabin at about the same time. He's like, "Oh, I'm coming for one, and that's it," because we were up late last night, and it's been a long day. Like I'm gonna have 1 or 2, and that'll be it. Probably really the same. About 3 hours later, as he's playing flip cup or beer pong or whatever it was, like, oh! I see him across the room. I'm like, just 1 or 2, hey, just stay for 1 or 2, and then I'm totally out.
I'm out of here.
It's like, yeah, that's about right. Did that. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be at the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino for Afterburner Flames, the final week before. I wonder what. I'm curious about the team because you got a couple of games here, and Rhett, you said it last week. You get up for the Leafs and get up for the Oilers.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've got a 10-day break coming. Are you dialed right in this week? Like, where's your head at?
You need the coaches.
And your leadership group, who's talked about a lot of disappointment and not good enough. We'll see if that shows up on the ice on Tuesday. St. Louis ain't bad, and they walloped the Flames earlier this year. Flames were awful in that game.
It does, even from here. Now they could hoot, but on this Monday as we sit here, even I can totally appreciate it could be a bit of a letdown. All right, and you can say the right things. Okay, guys, we got 3 more. Let's make sure we don't sleep and don't rest on these. You still got to be very diligent and I think very aware in trying to get yourself ready. Especially if and who wouldn't be getting out of here? It's a 10-day break. If you're not going to the All-Star game.
Or maybe they got the memo. Throw these games. Let's not be afraid.
Is that what Connie sent a memo? I thought
Who sends that memo?
The room. He came into the room.
The Morse code.
Everybody's phone goes off at the same. Did you just get this email from?
We got to throw the games.
Can't believe it. Wait a minute. This is from Pascal. Is he trying to sue her Conroy? What's going on here? Hey guys, if you got an email from I got hacked. That wasn't me, guys. What's Conroy do for the 10-day break? Is there hockey somewhere? Can you go do some scouting juniors? Go? What do you do?
Lots of that. I think
because you're a new GM.
Working the phones.
You can't be taking your lovely bride and going off to the Turks and Caicos or anything. You got to be working.
Always trades during the All-Star break.
That's right. It's always so much player movement during the All-Star trade freeze. Yeah. There was a lot of questions this weekend. What are the Flames going to do? So what are they doing? Are they trading? Who are they trading? Who are they keeping? Who are they trading? I don't know. It's funny how it swings, right? Before the Leaf game, it was they might do a little bit of everything. Maybe they sign some guys, keep some guys. 2 losses. Well,
they're not good enough.
Maybe they need to really think about this selling thing.
Markey back at practice today. Wolf back down in the minors. I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Markey looks like. He was just on an absolute heater at the time of the minor injury.
Did Wolf upset some Gatorade tubs and stuff before he left?
I thought he lit a match. Is that place still standing?
Yeah, I'm convinced they should let Vladar play these next 3.
At least one.
How many games you playing? What are you tired?
Not tired.
You telling me you're tired? You're back.
Columbus on Thursday, Chicago on Saturday. Markstrom, Vladar.
It's probably up to Markstrom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they might actually.
Yeah, if he looks great, you're going right back to him. And maybe have
but
one.
Also, how many days off do you want?
And I think he probably just got more time off than he wanted, if we're reading the tea leaves right. Like they were being super cautious. If this was playoffs, I don't even know if he misses a game, what he was dealing with. That's the feel I get. That's not any scoop there.
Yeah. So that's tomorrow. We'll be doing Afterburner from the Grey Eagle Resort and Casino. We'll be at the Stage Bar. Come on by and join us. We're going to be there.
You always house some wings when you're there, hey?
Crushing wings and then regretting it by about 2 a.m.
Well, it's the third order. That's what you regret. The first 2 are
maybe.
Fine.
Yeah, maybe. But come and have a soda and watch the game and then take in the post-game show. We'll be there after the matchup tomorrow. We'll do some do some DoorDash. We'll dash to the door with DoorDash and find out what's on the menu for tonight. You showed the schedule a little bit earlier. A couple bangers in there. A couple bangers. Sure. Jets. How are the Jets doing this thing?
Let's talk
Jets Boston tonight, right?
Yep. Our boy Brennan Dillon says group loves each other, love coming to the rink. They are on an absolute heater. Some tweaks, remember, from last year.
Yeah. DoorDash, restaurants, groceries, pharmacies, bakeries, flower shops, and more. DoorDash has really everything that you need. And for a limited time, you can get 25% off and 0 delivery fees on your first order of $15 or more when you download the DoorDash app and enter promo code Nation25. Nation25 will get that deal for you. What's on the menu, Pinder, with DoorDash?
Well, something for everyone. We're going to start chronological order. We're going to Boston. We're going to watch the Jets and the Bruins. Last year's best regular season team against this year's best regular season team. I bet you we didn't see that one coming. Jets and Bees should be some fun. 5:30. The Hoopers and the Dimers. They're heading to Toronto. It's going to be the Memphis Grizzlies, or whatever they call them, against the Toronto Raptors. Raps favored by 7.5. And we've even got some tennis for you. Novak Djokovic will take him on American Taylor Fritz. Winner goes to the semis at the first major of the year. My wife is completely upside down over the Aussie Open. She's Australian and she loves tennis. It's like the Olympics at my house. The TV is always on tennis. I had to go to the basement to watch playoff football yesterday. This is crazy times in tennis land.
Ooh.
Wow.
Dax was at the tennis in Melbourne.
Really? Oh, do you have a blast or what?
Went to day one, got all hammered up, acted like it putts, and yeah.
Perfect. Dude,
God,
giving
he's
these
doing
tickets away, that feels like that'd be a big ticket.
Day one, no.
championship.
There's so many matches and lots of courts. But if you want to start going now, it gets really pricey. You're into semifinals, finals, quarterfinals, all the big names.
Bill's tickets weren't cheap.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I saw you were under the heaters.
Rob Ray didn't help me out either. Putts.
Really?
Really?
Rob's going to make his 10%. Come on.
I guess.
So, ballpark it for us. Do prices go up in the playoffs?
Oh, yeah.
Apparently.
If you guess it, I'll tell you.
1,200 for two.
1,200 each.
US. No, not that much.
6?
This is 15
4?
US.
Yeah.
1,500 US.
Happy to spend it. Happy.
Yeah, I guess support mom and pop shop.
Yeah.
Nice to see the Pagulas make $1 finally.
How are they going to put that roof on the new stadium without guys like you?
That's right, guys.
Lining the
roof's
pockets.
So
So
the shoveler ain't going to sit in just the regular seating section. We got to have heaters above us.
Yeah, fancy section with the Chiefs' dads.
Yeah.
So it was just basically rush seating because of the snow in the seats and everything. Is that what I read?
No,
it was
that
just
was
kind of
the
general
last week.
seating.
That was
2
last
weeks
week.
ago. That was
Because there was videos from yesterday. Again, people trudging through snow.
I think they're bullshitting you. No, there's lots of snow. Like
Say
you
hi,
couldn't.
Dean.
I took a picture of the shoveler actually walking to the stadium, and the snow is up to her.
Her what?
Her
chestal region.
Oh, the chestal region.
Yeah.
Don't say anything. Don't say
Your
anything.
pecs.
Don't say
Up to
anything.
the pecs.
Say nothing. Walk away. Leave it. Leave it. Is there anything in the is there a beverage in the cup right now, or is it sitting empty?
It's talking to you, Pinder.
Oh no, she's empty. Yep. We got to get some coffee for Jack. He hasn't drank out of it yet because he missed the party because he tried
That's
to hang
right.
with the Eagles on Friday night.
Has that
With the
have we
Eagles.
given that a rinse?
Yeah,
or
it got
anything?
rinsed. The boys are very impressed. Dad, that's awesome. Did you drink beers out of this, Dad? Daddy may have. Wow, you can still see some of the foam in here. They were just jacked.
Yeah,
Been rinsed.
good stuff.
That's
Good
disgusting.
boys.
Yeah. You may have noticed, or you may not have noticed, no Frank Seravalli today. We missed him on the show. He is traveling back.
He's licking his
from,
wounds after that beatdown we gave him on
that's right.
Friday night under
Yeah.
the lights.
So we may or may not have him tomorrow. We will see how that goes.
We kind of shit talked him during the day too.
Maybe.
Who did?
Well, I would give him shit because he was telling me that goaltending doesn't matter, and I might have mentioned that he's from Philly and he should probably
Anyone should
realize.
know. Yeah.
Come on.
The importance of goaltending. It would be a flyer guy. So that's tomorrow. And yes, it is a game day. So we'll be getting helmets on and getting Frank going potentially and getting set for, as Rhett called it, a must-win game against the St. Louis Blues.
Call it that already? Wow, you're playing that card, eh?
Must win. Yeah.
And so if they lose, I
I'm
mean,
all
you
in
may
on
as well trade
playoffs,
him.
man. What are you going to do?
He loves buying playoff tickets.
He does.
Name a sport. He's buying tickets. He's got it's the only thing that gets him revved up anymore. That's right. That'll do it. We'll see you tomorrow. Support the sponsors, like and subscribe.
Do it.
And be good to somebody today.
Oh.
Because we generally just think about ourselves. What about me? How does this help me? Just do one thing. One little thing that you might ordinarily not do. Pinder, like flush the toilet or like
That's a
just
major
something.
issue in our house. I'll tell you that.
Is it really? With three three young boys?
Like some chicken
it's
soup,
it's
eh?
a 100% optional move, apparently.
Wow.
Seat up, seat down, flush, no flush, just whatever. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, teenage boys are gross. I'm dealing with some of the same stuff. I'm not even going to talk about it.
Mhm.
It's just
Move along. Show's over.
Could
Don't
we
do it.
have some pride
See you tomorrow.
in ourselves
We're done.
here?
Oh,
Please.
don't do it. Don't do it.
See you, buddies.
Hey, Pinder, good luck in bowling or curling.
That's right. Shut up, Jack.